And your head now.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, Garrett. Well done.
Yeah, no, you do it. Yeah. Oh, look, it's flowing out now. Look at the front. It's absolutely flowing out.
We can only see part of it. These leaves are called cordate leaves.
Well, thank you.
Apart. And this is a mulberry tree. So this is actually the oldest mulberry tree in the UK. Yeah, and they believe, so King James ordered for mulberry trees to be planted in the UK between 1606 and 1607. So we think it's probably about 1607, which makes it over 400 years old. And he planted them because he wanted to have some kind of silk industry in this country rather than importing it from China, which sounds great. And there are quite a few around the UK. I used to live in London, and there was one in a local park, and people used to come out with a big bed sheet and shake the tree, and all the berries would fall down, and then they'd all make a pie and they'd all share it. There's something they did every year, and they've been doing it for like 50 years or so. The only problem was when he planted the tree, silkworms, so it's the silkworms that feed on the mulberry, they planted black mulberry and silkworms only eat white mulberry, so it didn't work out. But we've still got the tree.
COVID and the impact of COVID, never in my lifetime did I think we'd have to close the coast path, that we'd restrict access to the national park. The place went eerily silent or amazingly silent, depending if you had the luxury of living here. And all of a sudden the place, was this blissful oasis and tourism ground to halt. But then once the restrictions lifted, wow, did we have, some interesting times. And the pressures that brought and new challenges, and I think all of us actually, I'm sure you feel the same as volunteers and staff, quite exhausting, to be honest. So the fact that we can come together and spend some time is really appreciated. So I know you're really here for the cake and camaraderie. I get it, but it was just my chance to say thank you ever so much for everything that you do as volunteers.